Hi everyone and welcome along to our Facebook Live. It's the second Facebook Live that we've done recently. The first one was a bit of a trial by ordeal. This one, I think Mr. F's got it cracked. I hope he has. I hope you can see it and I hope that you can hear it and everything's okay. So, where are we up to? Well, before that, I've got something I really need to show you. Mr. F has been to the charity shops and he's found something that's just absolutely superb. Let me just show you. Look at that. It's a clothes peg, as we would call it here, a clothespin in the US. But it's giant sized. It's just enormous. And it's made of this very red, shiny plastic and metal. And I absolutely love it, and it keeps your pages together beautifully. It's fantastic. So that is the find of the week, possibly even the find of the month. I really, really like it. And it's useful. And you're not going to lose it on the desk, are you? Let's be honest. So thank you very much, Mr. F, for that fabulous thing. Right, to the order of the day, which is the Mariposa mini album. Now I have put on the on this group, the Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal group. Oh, and incidentally, don't try and share this outside the group because we're a private group. Although I appreciate the fact that you would want to share it, we are a private group, and so you can't post outside of the group. You've got to be in the group to see it. At a later date, Mr. F will fettle it up and put it on YouTube, but for the time being it's only those on this group that can see this because it's a secret. No, it's not a secret. Okay, I'm just wondering where I am, if I can find myself. I seem to just have one image there. Where am I? Live video, let's have a look at that. Allow access to the camera. Why? I'll just pretend I can't see it anyway. So this was the page that we did the other day, a couple of days ago, using the Mariposa paper, this paper here. It's a die cuts with a view paper pad, Mariposa stack. I have had it for literally ages, and in fact it says copyright 2009. It's amazing that they're still around because it's such a beautiful pad. But it is, and that's great. And some of you, Terry, I think, said that she'd already got her papers. So, and Violet, I know, is all ready to rock and roll, just waiting for magnets. So, yeah, at the end of this, we should all have some really nice journals. Now, the base page, I explained to you last time how to make that, and the measurements are in the files section of the Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal group. Okay, so this is what we did last time, and I used the Cosmic Shimmer gilding polish, which is it's perfect thing to use. It dries quickly. It's really got a lovely sheen to it. Perfect for what we wanted. And then that's got the teal coloured one. And this flips out. This is another glittery page. It's one of my favourites. And then another flip that way, and then this is the back. And that's a really good photo mount. You know, you could put a good, decent sized photograph in there, and there, and there. You know, there's lots of opportunities to get your photos in, and for us to get our pretty papers in, which is really the most important part. So today we are going to be working on page 2, which is the back of page 1, and always remember just to check that your openings are on the side, because it is so easy, especially with this square format, to build your page on the side and then you look at it, oh no. So I've written on mine top. It's a sensible thing to do, I think. Right, that's kind of as far as I've got. I've cut out the bits that are said to you on the file, but I haven't thought any more about where magnets need to go or anything like that. But the way the page is going to be built is it's going to have this very, very broad tummy tuck across the centre there, side to side. Then it's going to have a bottom flap. I've cut that incorrectly. Up there, and a top flap. I've done the same thing with that. Yeah, for some reason I've cut them too wide, but that's all right. So there's top flap, bottom flap, tummy tuck. And of course there'll be some base paper. There's also an odd 3x3 inch square of black card, which you will also need. Let me just rectify these because they're at the wrong size for some reason. Oh, I did look up Fiskars, that's actually as far as I've got with it. And they do have a British customer services telephone number, not an expensive one, you know, just ordinary landline. So after I've finished this, it's my intention to ring them up and ask them what the heck they're playing at. Because this is just ludicrous having to put new blades in this every day. I haven't changed the blade actually today. So yeah, for some reason I've cut that at 8 1/4. I don't know why. I was trying to get too many things done at once, I think. So that's right. And I'll just cut this off at 8 as well. Pretty sure I've got the measurements right in the file. Okay, so we've got those at the right size now. Hopefully. So the first thing to do is stick the tummy tuck down. And we're going to stick it down first rather than put the base paper on, because then when we slide the base paper underneath the tummy tuck, you won't see these bits here sticking out. And yeah, it does seem a bit of a fuss and everything, but it's worth it. You get a much nicer overall finish to it. So let's stick those down. So I need double-sided, I need my bone folder, and I need my scalpel and my glue. Right, okay, sorted. I think I'm sorted. No doubt something will be missing. It always is, isn't it? So because this is construction, I'm going to use double-sided and glue. It's up to you. You know, I keep saying this, but if you're quite confident that your glue is strong enough, just use glue. If you're quite confident that you can place it first time, then just use a double-sided. But I like the strength I get from using both, and I also like the wiggle factor I get from putting glue over the top of the double-sided, which allows a bit of fiddle factor. I don't know if any of you have seen Keong's post with a new paper kit on it, but it is absolutely beautiful, and it's for sale in our Etsy shop, so might be worth moseying over there, having a look, seeing all about it, because I'm sure you could produce something beautiful with it. It's beautiful on its own. Well done, Keong. There we are. So we've kind of got to decide, eyeball this and decide where halfway is. It doesn't really matter if you're off a little bit, but I reckon it's there. So I'm just going to stand that up on the edge to make sure that I've got that straight along there. Press it down, burnish that. Lovely, and do the same with the other side. I mean, this is the top, and I've got this with the writing the wrong way. It, you know, it doesn't matter. It's the same either way, so it really doesn't matter. I was going to pick the papers out that I wanted to use, but then I thought, no, I'd do it with you, because that's part of the joy, isn't it, looking at the papers, selecting the ones that you want. I think so anyway. So this just folds over there straight, Oh, look at that. Marvellous. It's quite marvellous when things go completely right. Lovely. So we'll just press that down. Like that. Still haven't washed my Timmy towel, sorry guys. It's still doing a good job, so that's alright. So that's the top, I can see the arrow. So I'll put the... Ooh, now thinking about it, should I have put the magnet on there first? Yeah, let's see if I can get this off then. Oh, I did this yesterday as well, didn't I? You'd think I would have thought about such things, wouldn't you? Because I've got the glue on, that's actually allowing me to pick it up. What a miracle. Right, let's think about magnets then, which is what I should have done first. Everything's sticking to them. So these are the 7-3, they're the quite strong ones, but I do want it to go through that, that and that. So yeah, I'm going to use the strong ones. Rather it was too strong than too weak. Have to remind myself next time, first thing to do is magnets. I did write myself a little running order as well, and magnets was the first thing on it. But did I look at it? Of course I didn't. Of course not. Ooh. That's sticking to the magnet on the other page. But I don't really want it there, I want it about there. It's determined to stick there. Oh dear, I don't think that's going to do us any favours actually. Let's just see. This is the bottom one. Comes up to there, and then the top one folds down. Just get that fold on the top to there. No, that's not really where I want that magnet, so I'm going to have to manhandle it. I don't know if you can do this because I've never done it before, but surely you can move it. I'm going to stick it down with some double-sided, and hopefully, let's just see where that top one comes to. Comes to there. In fact, I'm going to put it on there first. That seems like a sensible thing. Let's move that out of the way because it's magnetised. So this is the back of the top flap. It's about 3/4 to 1 inch in and about central. And I'm going to put that on there first. Right, so the next thing to do is I think I'm going to stick this top flap on so that I can get an accurate placement for there. Yeah, I know I've left the tummy tuck hanging, but don't worry, his day will come very soon, in fact. It's kind of weird when you're making these because you sort of have to think backwards in a funny sort of way. Alright, so that's burnished down. Let's pick this up. Don't know if any of you are following the Edith mini album stroke junk journal. Just a few more videos out now. And oh, it's gorgeous. The page I did yesterday, those of you that follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen it already, but I'll show you in a second. I love it. I don't know if you're up to there with the videos, but I'll show it to you anyway. Right then, let's get this top flap in place. Stop sticking, everybody. Everybody's sticking to everything. Right, let's get this properly in place. So, flush with the top, flush with the sides. Let's just do that so we know that it's absolutely level on the top. There we go. Right, so let's just burnish that down. I'm just going to go over it actually with a Timmy towel. Like that.
Jenny says she's crafting with you. She did page 4 last night.
Ah, well done. Well, this one is the last one I think that I did. And I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's the easiest but the nicest.
But they don't get that till Monday.
You don't get that till Monday. Haha, keep watching.
They do get one tonight though.
Yeah, one will be out tonight. Right, so let's address this magnet situation. So I want another magnet. Let's put those away, because as you know, let's stick to something at the most inopportune moment. I'll put those away in my desk. Just find which way this wants to stick, that way. Another little bit of double-sided. Slide that off, put that on, and put that over the magnet that you stuck on. And then fold that over. That's where it's going to be. There. It's stuck down so it can't really make contact with that other magnet, I'm hoping. And let's just hope that, yeah, we've got those stuck. Right, so that's what you do first, of course. Forget all the other bits that I've done. So yeah, that's the top flap on, perfect. The magnets are on, perfect. Next thing that needs to happen, well, I might as well stick this on again, seeing as it's wafting in the breeze. So it's still got a bit of double-sided. I'm just going to refresh the collall, which is now dried. And stick that back over where it wants. Oh, no, I need to leave that on. Yeah, be sure and leave your double-sided on, otherwise it'll stick to your belly band and it won't work. So maybe stick it on with single-sided something would be the solution. It's going well today. But as we discover things, we share things, we learn how to do things, how not to do things. And I think that's all right. I'm all right with that. Okay, so, yeah, that works beautifully. Let's put the bottom flap on and just check everything is working. Well, I must say it's really nice to have you all here on the Facebook group, on our own group. It feels nice. Not that YouTube doesn't feel nice. I mean, you know, you lot all join me, which makes me feel great. But on our own Facebook group, it's just a bit more, I don't know, a bit more select. So it says there are 21 of you watching. So thank you to everybody, one and all of the 21 of you who are watching. Who, I don't suppose Jean's watching, is she?
I haven't seen
No.
pop up, but then unless she comments, who's to know?
Right. So this is the bottom flap and it's going along here, right along the bottom, straight with along there, make sure it's straight up the sides. Excellent. So I've got a bit of glue seepage going on, just wipe that up. And press that down. Okay, that's lovely. That's kind of the construction of the page pretty much done, really. That goes there, that goes there. There you go. Right, so now we're down to the exciting part of decorating it. So we'll start at the back, work our way forwards. So I had a look through the pad and I found some that I really liked the look of. That one, for example, which is all butterflies, but it's all sparkly. don't know if you can see the sparkle. But I thought it was quite a nice little pattern. I'll tear that out. Make a commitment to it. Yeah, it's quite a small pattern of butterflies, and it's also very glittery. So I thought that that would go there, from the fold of that to just underneath the tummy tuck, like that. So yeah, I'm quite happy that that's fine. That's what I'm going to do. So it's a new sheet of paper, so please let's not wreck it. So that's the fold, so I want to go up to there. Pencil, and down to there, and I'm going to overlap the tummy tuck by a good half inch. A good half inch, that's about as good as it gets, isn't it? Let's see if this wants to cut glittery paper. Probably not. Oh, it's because it's on the other side. Oh dear me.
Michelle says you make everything so easy to follow.
Oh, thank you.
You get the best teacher award.
Even the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's silly to pretend we don't. I think that's square. I'm going to try it. Oh, I did want to cut it. Right, so my other mark is there, so let's just cut that as well while we're at it, and then see what it looks like. So that should, in theory, go in there, but over the lugs, over the top of the foldy back bits. And yes, it does indeed want to go there. So that would be there looking like that, and I think that's nice. Because it's such a small pattern, you see all of the butterflies. I'm hoping that you can see that. Yeah, hooray! So let's cut a bit to go along the bottom. So don't forget that you want it that way. You want, let me bring this in, you want the butterflies all going the same direction. Don't turn it round and have these butterflies falling out the bottom, because that's not right. It's just not right. So let's just see where we want this to be. Allowing a good half inch to go inside the tummy tuck, and I'm just going to mark that there where I want to cut it with a big mark, because as you know, I can never find my marks, and I want it to be that wide, so I'm going to make a big mark there as well. So let's cut that off. Please, please keep all your remnants. We'll get round to using them sooner or later, I'm really sure we will. So let's chop this. I think that's it. Oops.
Sarah says she likes the way you do the teaching without any advertising. A lot of people do the things and advertise the papers they've got to sell.
Oh no, we don't advertise. Occasionally, that's not true. Sometimes I do use a specific person's papers, and the papers that will have been gifted to me. For example, the Journal Boat or Liana Scrap. But I always make it very clear that that's where they've come from and that I haven't actually paid for the papers. But they do such beautiful things, it's not hard to love them. But generally, paper pads and stuff, no, I'm not getting paid by anybody to mention them at all.
Bernice likes it when you show you how to fix mistakes. We get a lot of practice at that, don't we?
We get a lot of practice at that. Oh my goodness me. But these things happen, you know, they happen. I'm just a real person and real problems happen to Sometimes more than ordinary people. That's just got glued down there a little bit.
Everybody thought you were just a robot I made in the cellar.
Oh, don't you wish that you'd never got anything wrong? It would be lovely. Right, so that just fits in there. Tip that up and we'll get the placement for it. There we are. So right, it's time to glue. Actually, I really like that. I'm just going to check once more, yeah, that is top. I'm going to write that on there because the writing, this writing is the wrong way around and it's confusing me and it doesn't take much. So this bit isn't construction, so I'm going to just use my Collall. We're not inking this project. That's my choice. You can choose to ink it. I mean, we're using black card, so you might like to use black just around the sort of cut edges to get rid of that white bit of paper. You might want to, or like me, you might not want to. I didn't want to grunge it at all because it's such pretty bright paper. I didn't want to bring the vibe down. Yeah, I'm going to be 18 on my next birthday. Oh dear. I've just had a birthday. I was 61. I still haven't got over it. I can't believe it. What on earth happened to all those years? Right, so let's just... I'm just going to fold this flap up a little bit so I can see where that crease line is. See where I want to be with my paper. There we are. That's lovely. So just caress that into place. You don't want to push it too hard because you don't want the glue to come squelching out under your tummy tuck. For those of you that haven't watched me live before or any of the videos or whatever, let me explain what a tummy tuck is. It is what people call a belly band. But when I was a little girl growing up, we never referred to tummies as bellies because I was led to believe it was a quite crass and rude word. So we always referred to it as a tummy. You know, you had a pain in your tummy. You never ever had a pain in your belly. And as I've grown up to 61, it still sticks with me and I still think that belly is quite a crass word. So we have tummy tucks and not belly bands. So that might explain that to some people thinking, what is this woman on about? There is quite a bit of what is this woman on about as well. But not on that occasion. So this is the same thing. You want to tuck it in under the tummy tuck but over the lugs of it, and you want it, the butterflies all going the same way if you're choosing to use the same paper as I am. So I'm just going to pop that in there. I'm just going to fold that up just to make sure that it's not impinging on anything. I don't think it is. I think that's pretty good. So I'm just, as I say, just going to caress it because I don't want the glue. I nearly said blood there. I nearly said I don't want the blood squelching out. That would be taking tummy to the extreme, wouldn't it? Oh dear me. No, there's nothing to do with blood. You're safe here. Right. Next thing to do then is to put some paper or papers on this tummy tuck. Now, excuse me, we could put just one paper on it, and that would be the easiest way out actually. But I'm just going to have a look through my remnants, see what I've got, see if I've got anything that would go nicely without having to cut into another new sheet, because I've already cut one new sheet today. I don't have too many traumas in one day. They're all full sheets in there now. And I've also got these, but I've kind of got a job for those, I think. No, I don't have a job for those. I have a job for that. Okay, right, so let's see what we've got. Well, obviously we can't use the butterflies because we've just used them and that would just be stupid. That's not wide enough, but I could add something to it. this similarly isn't wide enough. I don't know what's going on outside. There's some... Very oddly, I don't know if you know what I mean, the little street sweepers that go along and they have like a wheel on the curb and they kick up all the dirt and it goes into like their tummy. Well, there's one riding round on the back of a lorry. I don't know what it's doing here, but it's quite funny because it's not what we would normally see. I've got that. I've got this that's actually very plain, and I'll save that for somewhere where I need a very plain piece. My butterfly stencil, just some tiny little remnants. That's quite nice. I was really hoping that I could get moved over. It's only like a 90-degree shift really, so that I can be sat in front of the window and then I'll never miss anything. But that kind of hasn't happened. I've been doing a lot of filming this week, or I feel as if I've been doing a lot of filming this week. Do you know what? We haven't got a whole massive array of things here.
Hume says one of the things that sold her on the channel was Mr. F's and Miss P's shenanigans.
Shenanigans? There's none of that goes on here. Oh, shenanigans. I like that. Yeah, I like it. I've also got that gold card that I showed you that I bought separately. I think that might make quite a nice side part. Okay, so let's go back again. I've got this pink that I could put there, and I could put gold down each side. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Or would it? Would it be enough? Well, I've got this piece. That's nice. Okay, let's bring out the book. I might just have to break into another page. 2 pages in one day. It's altogether too much. It's more than I can stand. Not that, that's too brown. That is absolutely beautiful. I adore that page. Oops. And it would look lovely. It's like a collage page. It's really, really nice. Shall I just use that? I was kind of hoping, no, I'm not. I'm going to keep that for something else. Who knows what? I do not know what. I mean, it'll be involved in this project. That's nice. And I also bought some green card. Do you remember I showed you the green card? Yeah, that's what that is going to be. Okay. That's dodgy, isn't it? 2 new sheets in one day. Okay, so what does this measure? 8 inches, I presume. 8 inches exactly. So if I cut this and leave an inch border at each side, that would mean I had to cut it at 6 inches by... well, I'll measure it when I come to do it. So let's just cut this at 6 inches first off. 6 inches that way. I'm having a bit of a dodgy day today. Bit of a dodgy day. We all have them. Right, so let's cut that at 6. Okay. I'll need that again in a sec, but let's just measure this. So, yeah, that's it. It's going there, like that. And I want it just a margin off from there. So I'll cut that down here.
Terry says there's a set of solid complementary colours sold to match the...
There might be in the US. I honestly don't think they're available here, because I've hunted and hunted Mariposa, because there was also a Mariposa stack stack paper, something like that, and it's just, I just can't get it. It's just, I'll hunt again. Well, actually I'll ask Mr. F to hunt, because he's better at searching things out, but the solid papers would be fabulous, wouldn't they? So that is going to go there like that. Is that the right one, or is this the right one? And that's the other one. Okay, so that's going to go there, and it's going to go 1 inch in from each edge. So I'm going to just make a mark at 1 inch in, so I know where to place it. So it's there, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Right, so that should be equidistant. This should fit in there. Yep, I think we're all right there. Okay, let's get it glued down. Yeah, solid papers. I did not know that. The only sort of Mariposa solid paper stacks I've seen are like all pastels or all brights or whatever. I've never seen them relating to a specific pack. Has anybody else got any nice paper stacks that are sort of got foil on them and whatever? I mean, the Prima ones are nice, but they're so blinking expensive. Okay, that's that. Placed nicely on there. Let's just get Timmy into action. Could probably just do with moving up just a smidge. It's hard now because it's kind of set. Yeah, there we go. That's fine, I'm happy with that. Okay, right, so let's think what we want. I could put gold. Where's my little piece of gold? Here. I could put gold down the sides, and that really would make it stand out, wouldn't it? Or I could put green. So if I introduce this green here, I really have got to use it in other places as well. I can't just have one random piece of green. But actually I quite like that. Oh, the other colour that I got was this champagne colour, and it's quite sort of shiny. But that's not right in any way, shape or form. So it's either green or gold. And I think I might go with the green actually. So let's just mark this where I want it.
Jenya says she has the really pretty paper pad, the boho one.
Ah.
It's sitting under a bed waiting for the perfect project, Miss P. Hint, hint.
Oh, Jenya, boho always contorts my brain. I find it really difficult. I don't know why. I just do. And the older I get, the less likely I am to do something I don't like. I just think we should be doing things we like. So I'm not writing it off, Jenny. Definitely not writing it off. But don't hold your breath either. Let's just get this right. It's quite a narrow bit. Not overly keen on cutting that. I think I should possibly have enough in this one strip. So that goes to there. Yeah.
Everybody's saying they haven't seen the hand for a while.
Oh, here he is, the hand. Hiya, Gonnie. Your message has just popped up randomly, so hiya to you. Thanks for joining. It's always nice to see you. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this off. Wait. An avalanche of tools. Might help if I shut that, I think. Where's my mark? There it is. Okay. See, any normal person would do this with scissors. As you know, calamities happen to me with scissors. Perfect. So let's just, that's this one, so let's just measure this one, make sure we get it right. Because I get the feeling if it's wrong it would look really pretty bad. Pencil. It is just a smidge actually off there. A smidge. But a smidge is long enough to make it not look not right, isn't it? Ooh, that might be a bit much. Half a smidge. Right, let's try those. So I actually watched a video of mine last night. It was painful, but I wanted to watch it to see what obvious mistakes I was making. And one of the ones was that every time I cut something, I inked it, and then I brought it back and measured it to make sure it was right. What was going to happen, did I think, by inking it? That it was going to shrink it or something? I don't know. So I must get over that habit of inking and then just seeing if it still fits. Of course it still fits. Daft person. I don't know what Mr. F's doing. Sounds like he's opening something. What are you doing, Mr. F? Oh.
Opening something?
Messing around. He's messing around. Mr. F's got a thing about buying new slippers, right? I'll just put it out there. He...
Slipperophobic.
Yeah. We have a fire, as you know, an open, old-fashioned fire. Coal fire. And every day, of course, it has to be made and lit. And so he's on his knees in a position like praying to the fire god, you know, that sort of position. But because of that, of course, the toes of his slippers, I don't know why I'm telling you this, the toes of his slippers get really worn in like next to no time. It's as bad as my Fisker's ruler. And so, I'm always saying to him, get yourself ordered a new pair of slippers. No, I've only had these ones however long, you know, there's life in them yet. So, anyway, the other day I came down in the morning and there's Mr. F sitting in his corner with some leather and his slippers, and he's actually glued on a new sort of sole and toe piece to his slippers. I mean, oh my goodness me.
That's just cobblers.
It's the truth. But, you know, seems to have done the job. So there we are. A little bit of gluage situation going on there. There we are, and I've just got a little, I think, little pencil mark. No, I'm imagining things. Right, so that's that. Now that looks like a perfect photo mat to me. Somewhere you'd really want to put a photo. And behind there you've got room. We'll make another card to put a big photo mat in there. Right, so the bottom flap is the next thing to think about. Next thing for me to think about is the throat lozenge. Where did I put them? Here they are.
Terry says this is too funny. She's literally sewing them to repair the toes of her slippers as we speak.
Really?
Kindred spirit. Just not made to last.
And yet I've had mine 4 or 5 years, my slippers. And the ones I had before that I had for 10 years. I obviously don't do much walking around, do I? Oh dear me. Right, let's find something, look, to fit on here. That's the order of the day. I really like this pink, and I like it next to that green as well. So could we get away with doing that and putting something? I just don't feel like I can break into another piece of paper today, girls. Just don't think I can. That's not big enough. This bit is though. So I could have that down there. Oh yeah, and that goes nicely with that green there. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. I think I'll go for that. The thing that I want to bear in mind is that this is coming over the top. And what I haven't explained to you yet is that this is going to be on here like that, and with paper on it, and I'm going to get one of my die cut butterflies and put that on there. So whatever I do, I kind of want it to need to bear that in mind, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I was going to surprise you with that later on, but I had to bring it to your attention now because we need to make sure it matches. Right, so let's just cut this where we want it. Straight along the bottom, the edge. Let's just cut that there. We've had more of the monster hail, in case anyone's interested. But it's very localised. For example, we did have monster hail when Mr. F went to the post office this morning, but I didn't have it here. I know I was going to put it the other way around, but I quite like that. And then a piece of it. Well, I'll stick this one down first, then I can accurately measure the rest. So we had our main meal at lunchtime again today. I must say I like that way of going on. Really do. Because if you have your main meal later at night, you don't feel like washing up, or in you posh people's situations loading the dishwasher. We don't have one, but
you do.
I do, yeah, I do. I have a dishwasher. Sometimes I wash the dishes. I don't want people to think I never wash them, because that would be untrue. So there we are, that fits nicely on there. And I think the more you do this, certainly the more I'm doing it. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to cut a piece that's absolutely cockeyed. But I don't know, you just feel a bit more confident about where you should be cutting it and placing it and whatever. So that's that there. And then I want a little bit of this. Just checking what I've got. What's that? That's quite nice, isn't it? It's kind of like this, yet it's kind of like that. Yeah, I'm going to use that piece. It's got my name on it. lovely. I'm back to putting tiny marks on things that I can't interpret. Okay, so let's just check that that's okay before I go on. Ooh, it's just a little bit off there. Just needs a tiny little bit off there. I think it mustn't have been straight in the cutter. Now I don't know if I can get this in the cutter. Yeah. Put it the right way up. Flowers generally grow upwards, not always. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get rid of the pencil marks. Stick that down. So it's Friday, so everybody that works a 5-day week, looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to the weekend because I do 2 lives on YouTube on Saturday and Sunday. So if you're kicking around, come on over, have a laugh. It goes that way. I think this weekend I'm going to be trying to finish off the nature journal, the one that the kit runs alongside the kit. See if we can get it pretty much done. Seems like it's been going on for quite a long time, so the time has come for it to go. Okay, so now we've got this. Right, so I've got this, which I can follow on up there and would look really nice, I think. Or I could put it there, slightly more arty. And have I got enough of that green to put up there? Yeah. If I put it that way, it looks all right. So yeah, I could do that. That might look quite nice. In fact, I think I might just do that. And then, once that's in place, kind of like that, then we've got this 3x3 black square to go on there with paper and a butterfly. That's the plan. Right, let's get the pink put on first. And I'm going to go for the arty configuration. Arty. It's not really arty. I know, it's not really arty. I've just swapped sides, that's all. That's all I've done.
Kyung says that touch of green is so pretty.
Yeah, honestly, green and pink, Kyung. How can you go wrong? It's my fave of fave things together. Throw in a bit of cream into that and it would be just perfect. So, right. Yeah.
And Carol J. Bailey says she's enjoying the video.
Oh, thanks, Carol. Nice to see you.
And Shaz has joined us.
Hello, Shaz. How you doing? I'm wondering whether to add mini albums to the name of the Facebook group. The problem is, it would be so long. Can you imagine? Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal and mini album group. I mean, it's like a book in itself. So yeah, that's lovely there. That looks nice. just going to take that off because I've got 2 layers of magnets. It's easier without them. Okay, nicey. And this piece, which is going that way, so I want that there.
Young says once she's finished her nature journal, she's going to use it as a nature journal.
Oh, brilliant!
She's starting a brand new garden, so she's going to use it to
lovely,
catalogue her plants, I guess.
I said to Mr. F the other day, if only I had a diary, I would keep note of, I think it was the weather actually, I would keep note of, you know, when it was so warm, when I saw the first lamb, all this. And he said, have you heard yourself? If you had a diary. I mean, you make them. That's what you do. Yeah, he's right, of course. But, as it stands at the moment, I don't have a diary. Okay. Let's just check. Picked up a remnant from somewhere. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. It's just got a bit of pencil mark down on the bottom and up there as well, actually. So we'll get that glued in place. Not sure what to do about the back of the black square, whether to put paper on it or what, I don't know. I'll wait till I've got this on and then I'll see the size of the problem.
Jania says she loves making journals but she doesn't use them.
No, I know, that's the thing.
She loves looking at them and touching them and flipping everything.
Well, that's alright, isn't it? You know, they're getting some use. They're getting fondled. What more could anything wish for, Jania, than to be fondled by you?
I can't think of anything.
That'll do, Mr. F. That'll do. He's rude. Sorry. He's just rude. He's sitting there laughing at his own joke. Right, so that's kind of that. So this is the next problem. Well, it's not a problem, is it? It's just a puzzler. It's a puzzler. So if I put that on there like that, looks quite nice actually, doesn't it, with all the squares and stuff. Cover it in some suitable paper. What am I going to do with the back of it? So it's going to look like that. So I guess I'm going to have to put paper on both sides. Do you think, Mr. F? What do you think?
Well, what?
You don't know, do you? You weren't listening, you were laughing. This here is going to go there with paper on it, with a butterfly on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when he's got up now, he's standing, he's at attention. So when I fold that over, what do I need to do on there? Put paper on it, or
What are you doing to the rest of the back of that page?
put your cream journaling card on?
So you could extend that up and do it all in one piece.
I could. Or I could just put some...
Or you could put a tag that says journaling space with an arrow pointing downwards.
That's not happening. Right, forget that. Thank you for your help. Goodbye. I'm going to put paper on the back of it. I think it'll just look better. And it'll be sturdier as well for people pulling it.
Yes.
Right, so which paper do we want? That's the question. I do have I got enough of that? No. Would that have looked nice? No, too much. Too muchy. Where's the red that I had? This one. Now I do like this red with that gold butterfly on it. So it would be there, and little Goldie, come here little fella, would be there, and I quite like that. Let's just see our alternatives. Come on, it wouldn't be right unless we looked at all the alternatives. There's that. I don't think that's right. There's this one, which is the one we used in the centre. It's too matchy-matchy. There's the butterflies that we had on the very back.
Could I interest you in a brew?
Actually, you could. I don't know where my cup went. Here it is. Thank you. That's really kind of you. There's the black one here that's got a lot of gold on. I don't know if you'd be able to see the butterfly on that too well, actually. It's a bit too... Or there is, of course, the gold. This gold. Then I definitely wouldn't be able to see the butterfly. I could get Mr. F to cut out a black butterfly though, that might look quite nice. Yeah, I might ask him to do that. So if I was to cover that in gold, that's what I'm going to do. It's just what I'm going to do. So let's just mark this where I want it. Mr. F! It's got a kettle on, so I don't think you can hear. Could you crank me out a black one of these, please? I'll get you some card.
I could crank one out for you, my dear.
Thank you, my love. I'll use this. I think it's okay. Getting that straight would be a help, wouldn't it? It's relatively thick, this card, but I think it'll be fine. There we go. Let's just see that that fits on there nicely. Yeah, it does. That's very nice. I'm just going to erase the half a pencil mark on each side, and I'm going to put a bit of double-sided on this as well as glue, because it's quite firm, that card. It could be quite willful, I think. We don't want willful card. Well, I hope you're enjoying this. I hope I'm not boring you to tears. It's a lovely thing to do, and if, like me, you weren't quite sure of the way in, I hope this is a nice way in for you, that you can, you know, feel free to copy this till your heart's content. It's my own design. I haven't copied it from anybody else. I mean, obviously, you see things on YouTube and you think, oh, that's a good idea, and you store it in your memory bank, don't you? And at some stage, it might, you know, I'm not saying that I am the only person who's ever, thank you, my love, who's ever done this page, because I'm quite sure there must have been loads of other people. But I haven't directly lifted it from anyone. So feel free to use it to make your own mini album, put babies of photos in, of holiday, you know, holiday that you've been on, or anything. I can think of loads of things that you'd want to, you know, the photographs that I showed you the other week of my mum and dad. I'd love to make an album of that I could just look at and enjoy. So yeah, there's loads. I mean, it doesn't have to be a massive topic either. It could be somebody's 6th birthday party or something, you know, just because we always take loads of photos of kids, and they're really, really nice to have to look back on because they change so quickly. I was just saying that to someone the other day. Thank you. Excuse me. That babies in particular, one day can change them. You know, one day they haven't got their eyes open and they're not focusing. Next day they're focusing, and the next day after that it appears they're smiling at you. It's amazing. So just to have all that documented is just a fabulous thing. So let's see if we can get this stuck on here. Might be easier if I lift it up, I think. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. So I'm just going to go around it, pressing inwards. Like that. And I've just got a couple of bits of glue there. I think it's glue, anyway. Yeah, it's just balling off. Good old collal. Right, so I need to measure where I want this to go. Just going to go about there. And this is the black butterfly that we've got. It's dimensional. I think he'd look very nice there. So we'll worry about him later on. We'll just see where this needs to go. So that is 2.5 inches, that is. And that is 2.5 inches. My goodness me. What can I say? Except that was accurate. That was accurate guesswork. So I'm not gonna glue the whole thing on. This bottom piece is going to be loose. So I just need to work out where I'm going to glue to. So let's just move that out of the way and make a line on here where I can glue to. So about 1.25 inches up, I'd say, but that's a guesstimate. You can work out yourself where you think you might want it. Do I need? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna use double-sided and glue again, because this whole thing now is quite stiff, and I don't want it pinging off. That would just be awful. So very soon with Edith, we're going to be up to binding and putting the signatures in. Ooh. And then covering it. Oh yes, how exciting. I'm loving doing the Edith one. I mean, A, you get to look at the wondrous Edith images, which are beautiful. But B, you know, we're putting them in a journal for all time sort of thing. So it's just lovely on all counts. Right. So I'm going to glue this side here. Put glue over the double-sided so I can just move it a little bit. Right. Tricky times ahead. So I want that there and there. Just across a smidge. Let's just check that we're okay at the back. Yeah, I think that's fine. Lovely. Yeah, that's all right, that's all right. I won't stick the butterfly on yet because I want to sort out what's going in the inside. Let me just check. I've got 2 different sorts of cream paper on the go, and I want to make sure that I get the right one. So is that one? Yeah, it is. Right, so for this side then, let's just mark where we want it. So are you going to follow along then, Terry? I can't wait to see your version of it, because you probably choose different... Well, you'll see where I'm going with the page anyway, so you'll have a bit more clue than me. It's just meandering blindly. Meandering blindly. Yeah. That is the truth. I kind of like what we're producing. It's gone very humid here. So I'm thinking we might be in the fray for another lightning storm. Ooh, that would be fun. So when I've finished this live, I think we might go out in the car. See if we can't find ourselves a lightning storm to watch.
Storm chasing.
Storm chasing. It was really good fun the other day until it started getting really, really close to us. And then it was like, this is getting really close. And I was saying to Mr. F, we are a Faraday cage, aren't we? We're not going to get killed if we get hit with lightning. And he said, no, I think we're a Faraday cage. So, as you can tell, we either didn't get struck or the car was a Faraday cage. Right, so I just need something on the back of there, so just a remnant of sorts. Which direction is it going in? That way. So let's just find something to put in there. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's just pop that on there. Doesn't want to mark straight. There we go. I think I'm going to have to use my big cutter here because I can't get the little guillotine one. The shield is so wide I can't get into it. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Excuse me, please.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Oh, come on. These little fiddly bits, they're the worst, aren't they? Right, so that should fit onto there. And it does. Let me just check that that's the right... All these butterflies are coming up, so that must go that way. Is that right? That's the top. It's going to flip like that. Yeah, okay. Let's stick that on then.
Everybody says bless you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll tell you the other day that Mr. F was going for his second jab on... Is it Tuesday, my love?
Monday.
Monday?
Yep.
Oh, I nearly made an appointment for Monday. Good job I didn't. Just the vet, that's all. But I thought I'd better check with you first.
You do your shots?
Yeah, I'm due my shots. No, it's just Bobby's got an allergy and we don't know what to. So he has anti-allergy tablets every day. And they've just been subscribed to my veterinary practice. They've just been prescribing them again and again and again, and I think the time's come where they need to see him, really. I mean, he's fine, it's absolutely fine, but I think it wouldn't do any harm to just have a quick trip to the veterinarians. Right, so that's that piece, and I'm going to get this one. I'm glad I decided to do that, just finishes it off a bit better. So, there we go. That had a bit of a kilter. I'll cut that and just check it before I can use the little guillotine. Isn't paper crafting fantastic fun? I know it's expensive, and it is expensive, there's no two ways about it. But if you're fortunate enough to sell your finished product and kind of make back what you've spent on it, then you're doing well. But it is an expensive hobby, there's no doubt about it. Right, so let's see if this piece fits in there, and if it does, we are happy campers. Yes, it does. It's maybe a touch on the long side. Just back to that half a smidgen again. But it is half a smidgen. Okay. Yes, that's better, that's better. Okay, so now I want to do my Cosmic Shimmer stuff on them. Did I ink around the other ones? Don't think I did. Let's just have a check up. Did I ink? No, no inking going on there. So I'm just going to get that and my... Oh, I just need to check the orientation of this. Sorry. So, yeah, this is this side. So they want to be going up here. So I'm just going to put 4 of them on, and I'll hold a bit of card or something, a bit of a remnant of my, not that's too big, from Edith. Hold that over there so I don't go over the edge. And I'll use the gold first.
Janya says she loves paper crafting, and yes, it is expensive, especially for somebody like her who wants everything she sees.
Yeah, I know, Johnny, I am that person. I really am. I feel your pain. Right, so let's just hold that down and put the Cosmic Shimmer gold on. Cosmic Shimmer also do a beautiful magenta colour, and I am quite sure that somewhere in this house I have some, and so I'm not going to buy any more, but we've searched and searched and searched and can't find it, so I don't know what's going on there. Right, so on the top one I think I'll go for the turquoise ones, but I would get the whole lot of them in there. Okay, yes I would. So I'm just going to hold that up there because I don't want to go over onto the paper. And I'm going to put the middle ones as gold. Might have to turn this around, folks, because I'm left-handed, as you know. So make sure I've got them all in. Put this down the side to stop me going over onto the page. And I'm just going to put the middle ones in gold. I don't care really if I go over into that one. I haven't, as it happens, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. I'll just leave that for a sec. I should have opened this, shouldn't I? But I didn't. Just make this bottom one in teal. Nearly said I want to get his little antlers. I meant his antenna. Can you imagine a butterfly with antlers? It'd be quite funny, wouldn't it?
Be a stag beetle.
Yeah. So there we are. That's quite pretty, I think. And that can go there. Okay, so let's see if they're dry.
Janya says whenever she sees you just use something new, she gets straight onto Amazon.
Yeah. I don't know if Amazon sell Cosmic Shimmer. In this country, I buy it from a company called Craft Stash. But if they don't, they should, because it's a fabulous product. And you know, I mean, you've just seen me put that on. It's dry already, ready to go. And yet it's so beautiful and shimmery. It goes through a stencil, no problem at all.
And Zanet wants to know, she says, you've talked about this before, but why is it when you use something, when you look for it again, it's just gone? She took the caps off her pens and they've all just disappeared.
I have no explanation for that. It just happens. It's really, really, really annoying. But it does just happen. I mean, it's just not... How come there's never any room on your desk either? You know, you start off, you've cleared your desk, you're all nice and tidy, and then... disaster area.
There must be somewhere in a parallel universe where stuff just appears.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be better?
And people are having the conversation of...
Why does this stuff appear on my desk?
Why are all these pen lids on my desk?
Why are there no pens? I've got 3 pens and 27 tops.
And how come I keep getting all the pins out of bottles of glue? Where are the bottles of glue that go with it? Yeah, maybe that is true. Maybe there is a parallel universe somewhere that happens. And in that case, we're never ever going to get them back, are we? Right, so let's stick this bit on. Take the backing tape off for the magnet.
I mean, there must be somewhere where they buy journals and they spend all the time taking the papers apart and rubbing the glue off.
Yeah.
And end up with neat stacks of paper. Yeah. That's another one done. Get me another journal. I need to dismantle it.
Well, you don't need to get them, do you? They just keep appearing. They just be there.
I know. They can't journal though because they're covered in odd socks.
Yeah. Not to mention die cuts, fussy cuts that you've cut out that you want to use on this project. Suddenly, where are they? They're not on my desk.
You have to make all the outer bits so you can stick it back together to make a sheet of paper.
Yeah. Right, so that's the right way for that. Let's get this stuck down before my bottle of glue appears in some alter universe. So no, who asked that question? I really don't know the answer to it, but it is very, very, very annoying.
Zanet.
Zanet, yeah. I truly, truly feel your pain. And there are some people, Tanya from Tatty Treasures, for example, she is such an organised soul, and she stops her videos, pauses her videos, so she can tidy her table up. I mean, oh, I'd love to be more like Tanya. I really would. But no, I blithely go ahead doing lives, getting into all sorts of scrapes, doing things wrong, having to admit to you that I've done things wrong. But you know, that's the way of the world. Right, let's get these butterflies the right way. Otherwise that won't be any good at all. Get this bit stuck down. Just fondle it down over the top of that magnet so it sticks, the paper sticks to the magnet. For all I know these are dry, I don't really want to rub them yet. I think that might be a bit excessive. So I've stuck the paper all around them, just haven't pressed on where the butterflies themselves are. Right, so let's have a look and see what we have created today. Oh, we haven't put the card in there. Well, I might save that for another day actually, because I think you've been good enough for long enough. You've been very patient with me today. So, right, what we've got is the baseboard. This is the side here. Please tell me this is the side. Yeah, that's the side. I can't find it, but it's there. Yeah, there it is. So we have built a horizontal tummy tuck across there. We've got these gorgeous little glittery butterflies in the back. This is a flip down with a hair on it, and it flips up like that, and then this flips down like so, and then we were going to put our little black butterfly on it. I kind of like that. So I'm going to glue him on, and then I'm going to put some sort of beadage. I don't know what sort of glue am I going to use for this. I would use Aileen's, but I bet you anything it's all stuck up. Let's have a little try on a little bit of paper. Oh, no. Sorry, Aileen. I'm so sorry I spoke badly of you.
Then it says she sent a picture of her desk to her husband, and her husband said, "What desk?"
Yeah, what desk indeed. I've got drawers all around me. I've got so many drawers. I've got an additional table to my left. I've got room over on top of the drawers to my right. I really have got a lot of space. And let me tell you, it is all, absolutely all, oh, that's a bit excessive, covered. It's just covered in stuff. Not really in any order either. It's just stuff. So I'm trying really hard these days to have a project box, like a 12 by 12 box, that'll keep my project that I'm working on at the time. But as you know, at the minute, I'm working on both Edith and the Mariposa one. So that's two. And the nature one.
That's 3.
So that's 3 projects. I think that's all right there. I quite like him there. I don't really want to get glue on the gold card if I can help it. So I'll stick him down. This is a very, very nice die. It's one of my favourite dies and probably my most used. Well, the wildflowers I use a lot, but single dies, I'd say this is the one I use the most of any. It's a We Are Memory Keepers one. It just comes singly. It's just on its own. It came on a card about 3.5 by 3.5, and I really like it. So let's see about the... Oh, this will make you proud though. This makes me proud. The other night I sat with my entire box of these, tipped them out and sorted them into shapes and colours. And there's hundreds of them. So I'm quite impressed with myself that I did that. So let's have a look. I have got these ones, these goldy coloured ones. That could go there, that would look quite nice. Yeah, I'm not even going to look any further. I quite like that. So I'm going to get my E6000 out. Now, somebody was asking the other day about sticking on the group about sticking acetate down and what to use, what's best, etc. The best glue that I found for that is this E6000. It's also good for sticking any sort of awkward things together. I don't know if it tells you what it sticks down. Specially designed and useful. Convenient, I don't know, it's in kind of it's in Chinese that's been translated and it doesn't translate terribly well. I bought mine from AliExpress because it is very expensive. Well, I say very expensive. It's quite an expensive thing. So I bought mine from Ali and I bought this big supersized pot. I'm looking for my katana and I can't see it anywhere. If you could find things instantly, projects would be so much quicker, wouldn't they? Instead of, oh, I put this somewhere, where have I put it? I don't know where it is. There it is.
It says online by the manufacturers that E6000 has an exceptional adhesion to wood, metal, glass, fiberglass, ceramics, masonry and concrete. It also adheres strongly to leather, rubber, vinyl and many plastics.
So there you go. Anything that you've got that is difficult, E6000 is perhaps your answer. And one thing's for sure, you don't need much of it. The only warning I would give you, if like me you're asthmatic, it does have quite a strong odour, and I would always use it in a sort of large space or open the windows or something if you're really susceptible. I've been using it for years and I really haven't had any ill effects from it. But that's just a general sort of warning to you. But apart from that, I mean, I've had this tube, haven't I, guys, for ages, and it doesn't even look like it's been used. So, yeah, E6000, way to go.
It normally comes in very small tubes.
Very
doesn't it,
small
if you buy it
tubes,
from
yeah, for gluing gems on to things, which was how we first found it, because we wanted to stick gems onto a box. We came across E6000, but since then there's been no stopping us. Right, so here we are. We've got the completed page, I think. Let's just move my coffee out of the way before disaster befalls it. So we've got that flips open, and it's got the butterflies on it. We've got this one that flips open with the butterflies on it. And then this base page with the big horizontal tummy tuck. So there we go.
Michelle says she loves how you wipe away your excess glue. She hates it on YouTube when people just slop it around.
There's so many good people on YouTube, really, really excellent people. And in amongst that, I would add Julie from Camellia Crafts. Her work is exemplary. It's really tidy, and I would be proud to own it or put my name to it. And then you see others, and it's like, what are you doing? What really are you doing? I have to stop watching it. So yeah, I know what you mean, but to each their own. So that's that. So short of the big card that we'll put in there, actually I might make that card in the interim, because it is just a card with some paper stuck on it, so it's nothing too fancy.
She says she's used the Pinflare 3D glue on the butterfly wings before now to hold them in place.
Yeah, I don't own any Pinflare, but I do see it being used on the crafting TV shows, and it looks fantastic. I think Collall do one as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Which might be the way I would go, because I'm just a Collall sort of girl. Anyway, let's have a look and see what it's saying. Carey, fabulous live. Thank you so much, Miss P and Mr F. Thank you, Carey, for watching. It would be a bit daft if nobody was there. So that's this page is now complete. This looks a little bit bare to me, if I'm being brutally honest with you. And I think I might go ahead and put some ribbon of some description. I know I've got some gold somewhere, some gold ribbon somewhere, but let's just pretend. I'll put yellow on, and let's just pretend it's gold for the time being. Oh, that's horrible. So yeah, if that was a proper gold like this sort of colour, I think it would raise it considerably and lift it from being quite bland as it is at the moment. I was trying, and I forgot, to always use the glitter papers on the outside and the plain papers on the middle, but I forgot my rule. So I'm going to have to go back in and glitz it somehow, which, as I say, might just be a piece of ribbon. So in the interim, take care. My friend Snappy and I wish you a good evening. And I'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock UK time, over on YouTube on my channel. Oh, look at all the hearts. Oh, how lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Roz. I enjoyed you being there. So see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock when we'll be doing something in the Nature Journal. So keep up. Heads a whirl, but we'll be all right. See you then. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. See you again soon. Bye.